You know, I hope Stuart Copeland comes back for the new Spyro. I think that would really help. I don't know what a Bean and James Bond have in common. Maybe they're both British. There's a punchline there somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Shaken, not stirred? I'm not sure. So hi everyone, welcome to the game. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Tonight we're gonna check out Killer Bean and Sprawl Zero, and also we're gonna play 007. Two things. One, I will be at Long Island RetroCon, and I will be signing. I'm not doing a panel, so that I don't know when that is. It's like the 8th, I think, or the 7th. I don't know. It's on a Saturday, the 8th of August. So yeah, they announced that, so that's happening. Like I said, I'm going to be on stage enough this year, so I don't need to do more panels. But before we begin, I'd like to discuss one more time, now that I've had a day to, kind of let everything settle. So there are people who are, there's no problem at all here. And then there's other people who are like treating this like it killed their parents or something. But that's the usual thing. Now for me, I think it's a little too early to tell. And I know the joke is he hates it because I made a face. But I'm willing to give the game a shot when they show us more. I don't think there's any real chance of Nintendo making Ocarina of Time Remake like poopy. But the art style is an important aspect of the game, and it's kind of hard to know. Like, you have the instruction manual art from Ocarina of Time, and then you have the pre-rendered backgrounds when that happens, and then you have the simple polygons that they were trying to, figure out how to fit on the N64. And, there is an art style to Ocarina of Time, and it's them trying also to make it work on the N64. Like, for example, when you go to Zelda 64 beta, and you look at what Link looked like, and what the game looked like, originally, and you see, like, where it ended up, there's definitely, you see, like, how they eventually honed it into a slightly different thing, and they settled on a thing that I think looked really great at the time and still holds up pretty well. So when I see this image, what I see is, I hate to say Unreal Engine, but that's the first thought that came to mind. And also, like, it's really, like, very, very detailed. And it's like a strange thing that ended up kind of activating in my brain, where I was like, oh no, it's too dark. It's too realistic. But maybe the game is for a new audience and not for me. Also, another thing I want to mention is, if there were 0 leaks about this game and it was a complete surprise, that trailer would have had a way bigger impact. Even if it was a weird trailer, people would still be complaining about the art style, myself included. For me, it's more a worry than it is like, it's over, Zelda bros. I think the thing is, the leak actually took the wind out of this trailer's sails, like, almost completely. And I think a pivot would have been good. Once that leak started happening, I think it would have been better if they spent a little time showing off, like, actual, like, more of the game, maybe some gameplay, maybe some of the environments, like I said. So I'm not a fan of the leak shit anymore, really, because it kind of does ruin some of the surprise of a presentation. The Nintendo Direct overall was a baffling one for me, but there are people out there, I've seen plenty of people say they really liked it. But as I've said before, it can be really hard to, you're busy, you have a busy life, you have a busy day, what does Vinny think of the Direct, or what does this other streamer think? I just need to know in one quick answer. And then someone random says he hated it. Wow, he hated it. But if you watch the stream, there were things I liked. And of course it's not so black and white. You know, some people got that Deltarune announcement, they got Kingdom Hearts, they got a ton of RPGs. I mean, the Final Fantasy thing they showed was kind of cool, even if I'm a little bit, like, iffy on the 2D, 3D thing kind of being everything's art style right now, in that world. But, you know, that aside, I do think it was an okay Direct, depending on what kind of stuff you like to play. And that's kind of where it was. It ended up being just kind of not so great for me. But I also feel like, again, the leak kind of ruined it. The specific trailer or teaser they had, they should have pivoted and, you know, showed more of the game. Duskbloods, we're this close to Duskbloods and we still have so little. Yeah. But also, yeah, there's a lot of other stuff too. The Clip channel says that you hated it. Yeah, I think that was a joke. I think most people kind of picked up on that, but let me see. He hates it in all caps. I mean, that's an obvious joke, but I guess again, for some people just checking it out for like a second, maybe they wouldn't know that. Maybe they would just be like, oh, he actually hated it. But no, for me, it was just not really sure about this art style, and I'm hoping that it ends up proving me wrong and I end up enjoying it. I think Nintendo just went to a fan remake of Ocarina of Time video on YouTube. The comments saying Nintendo hired this man and thought maybe people really want a realistic Unreal Engine Ocarina of Time remake, huh? Can I tell you, I've seen people blame Sony for that, saying that, like, Sony, the way Sony games look in Final Fantasy Remake, like it's getting, the discourse is insane. But I think, truthfully, we just need to wait. Also, on a side note, this kind of blew my mind. So I guess we know now how long it takes to remake Ocarina of Time. The next one will be like 6,800 days. So mark your calendars, everybody. That one is going to have smells. Right now, we don't have smells in gaming, but we will get there. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I hope, again, I just hope people end up just chilling out a little bit and realizing that even if the game ends up not being the most amazing, perfect thing ever, that maybe it's okay. I mean, it's not going to be okay for me. I'm going to just rampage. I'm going to scream. I'm going to shout. I'm going to piss. I'm going to shit. I'm going to fart. But for everyone else, just chill out. Just chill out.